And in this heat, they're going to check out one of their very own. And one of the all-time great surfers at this wave. It's J.Smith who'll be taking on Leo Fioravanti, J.Robinson. So plenty of talent taken to the water right now. Matching this wave so well. And during the break, an early start for Jordy.
Well, and this is getting that quick start. Again, strategically sound, getting yourself right into the motion of the rotation. Unfortunately, this number not going to be very big, but ultimately I like what he's doing there. He's trying to get a quick start against the youngsters here in Jack and Leonardo. It's going to take big numbers. It really is where the confidence is going to come. I expect it from Jack. I think he expects it of himself. We'll see what happens here, but I mean, when confidence is such a magical thing, you'd love to be able to just open up a glass of it and drink it. Just doesn't happen that way.
Fioravanti will spank one out the back on a bit of a bumpy wave, actually. Coming into this, ranked 9th, make the final at Pipeline, beginning of the season. Right now, this one will stand up on the inside. Deals with some chatters, deals with them pretty well. He's a pretty confident performer himself, and rides that one all the way through for a strong finish.
J.B. has had about 8 swells. It's been absolutely firing J.B. non-stop. The guys, the other day on the big day, there were hardly any of the local guys out because I think they were super tired from surfing over the last 8 or 9 weeks. Leo that day actually got a bunch of waves. He was really ripping, and yeah, super impressed with him on the late days.
Yeah, I mentioned in the Dawn Patrol how this was my pick as one of the guys. And with the JBay Alliance, which is another partner here with the WSL One Ocean, we'll get back to that.
Here's Smith, and just being patient with the body, leans into that one though, opens up, displaces some water, so clean and smooth is Jordy, and just coiled as he gathers off the bottom and goes in to the lip, gets the release from the tail, and he'll go incomplete on a final maneuver.
It's such great acceleration. You know, you can see the upper body's so quiet, and the bottom is just grinding through, and the chops aren't going to affect him. He just glides right through it, no worries. You know, you think about what Jordy has done for South African surfing, you know, going all the way back to, say, Sean Thompson, who obviously is a mentor to Jordy, but Jordy, what he's been able to do at this day and age, he's inspiring the youth as well, right?
I mean, for a long time after, you know, we did have a couple guys on tour, but like Jordy's a superstar.
And I was going to mention as well, yep, not yet.
Here goes J.Robinson opening up here. A hit at speed for him, and there's another sting from J.Robinson. He'll go tail high, lands right in the explosion. Tricky to get that done.
Well, that's, again, kind of a tribute to the fact is that he's back to 100%. If he's confident enough to be kind of going and landing into the flats like that, you'd have to say that the hinges are good. He's just going to need some heat wins. And this is how he's going to do it, is if he can start pulling off moves like this. And, you know, thinking about strategy, you know, you go into a heat and all of a sudden you watch the wind come up. you know that's a tough one. And somehow to stay positive in your mindset when the conditions change on you, this is one of those guys I feel like it doesn't bother him. Look at that.
Yeah, it's crazy how all these guys are throwing airs into their tricks. You know, here we go.
Robbo here in action on the inside, got steep section in front. There's that rotation again. Doesn't get it done. Meanwhile, right behind him, J.Smith looking to an inside double up here. There he goes, really smooth as he gets that straight air done in J.Robinson's face. He'll flick out as well in front of him. Of that progressive conversation for years. Let's get a look at this air here. Get some nice height on it.
I think that's what he needed to do right there. I mean, not a lot of waves coming through. It seems with the wind, the waves have actually gotten a bit smaller, so I think that was a good call for him.
Jordy just gathers that one and decides to make a sharp exit. Well, J.Robinson can just admire the view.
He's seeing the opportunity to get out in front of Jack and get the opportunity for priority, which is important. As we look at now, Leo on the wave after. And again, with this wind, so difficult to get down the line. I mean, you can watch the lips just flying down the line, and somehow Leo is keeping pace with it. Incredibly well done. And just the fall there. Yeah, need to complete the rides here, so this is kind of even Steven at the moment. Also picking up a wave here, Frank, is Leonardo Fioravanti, and you'd mentioned how good he's been surfing.
Yeah, a lot of wide water in that wave. Wow, he did well there to stick that air. We've seen a lot of failed attempts, but he made that one.
Let's pick up replay here during that interview. J.Smith.
Look at that, a sizable set wave. So there is a few waves on offer here, and I saw him kind of sneak off down the line a little bit. So little local knowledge there, a bit of a read because he picked up this wave.
This was an effort from J.Robinson.
Well, he's getting left behind here, so he's got to find a wave here to get back in this heat. It's not by too much, but ultimately you got to keep pace here, especially we're in that back 15 minutes, and that's the style of surfing. You got to pull it off though, and he has yet to pull one of those airs. 3 attempts throughout this heat, and yet to pull one off. So again, you think about the 100% physically, but this, again, just being able to produce a number will help with confidence. And at this point, it feels like Jack's struggling a little bit.
I think that's he just needs to complete a good wave.
Pick up live action here, J.Smith. But a clean face for him, he'll swing. And for no discernible reason from we're sitting, just loses the fins there. Here goes Robinson here. Looking to get out of that 3rd place position, of course. Surfer finishing first, avoids elimination round. A bumpy wave for him. He's got a lot to deal with here. That board's all over the place. And he goes into really soft lip. And just looking a little lost at this stage. And he'll be enjoying his newfound status inside the top 10 and looking to go as far as he can in the remaining couple of events. Already making a final at the beginning of the year. Live action from deep, has to give way to Leonardo Fioravanti. A stinging hit from him, carrying the momentum into the section. Builds up speed here, big float, and almost inexplicably loses that one.
Yeah, it was odd, huh? Well, it looked like he was just no worries, and all of a sudden, and he knows it too. That was an opportunity lost for him.
Well, if a good set comes through, it's kind of still anyone's heat.
Leo on that roof right there, and looked like the board just got away from him, almost like his own speed surprised him a bit. Very much a gettable number for a 2-time champ. Sitting deep, top of the point here at Supers, and showing a bit of interest in this wave. J.Smith, here he goes. First turn, not a great one.
No, it was the start of a great one, and just unfortunately got a little ahead of himself.
With a pretty achievable number, he needs a decent 6. Robinson's way off it at the moment, looking for a high 8 or a couple of numbers, couple of 6s will do it. Jordy from deep, having a look. And that one just all fluffy, running away from him. Realised that pretty quick. Didn't have a lot of scoring potential.
He's one of those guys, and now he's got an opportunity.
Absolutely trucking down the line here. Throws a big air rotation, overdoes it, lands straight-legged. Groans from Frank Solomon.
And then ran into
studio.
A pothole at the same time. A speed bump and a pothole.
Meanwhile, here's Robbo with some speed now and a bit of meat. Sort of hits that at the same time as floating it, and again arriving late. Doing well to negotiate some bumps there. He's got some powerful legs and he needed them to drive out of those maneuvers, but never able to get Pete onto the open face.
Yeah, it's all right though. I think that this is going to be his best number. It feels like a slight improvement for Jordy. Is it the 6.74? It's going to be close. But watching Jack here, he is late, but he does well to keep the momentum. And we're looking kind of into the way to a more reasonable number rather than being a 9.
Here's Leo. Live action from him. Spanks one. And he'll look to set up for an inside. Just being patient here. There's a little quick look out the back, stands on the tail. What's he got to finish? Throws in an air with the grab as well for Leo to finish things off.
A lot of waves right now coming through.
All sorts of action going down. A quick in and out for J.Smith. Numbers for all of our surfers here, and some energy out the back as the crowd willing J.Smith onto a wave. He'll spin. Up and riding now. Here goes J.Smith. Building up some speed on the outside. There's a big snap from him. There's that floater. And recovers loads of ground, but unable to get another section going. So just the 2 hits. He would have wanted more.
Yeah, the acceleration through those moves were pretty unique. It really was. Whereas the judges are kind of looking up, and you can see there's a lot of projection here.
That last way of the jacks did actually look a little bit cleaner than the last couple that we've seen. This one too, even from Jordy.
Frankie, thanks for joining us, buddy. It's been great having you in here talking about the Ocean Alliance. More power to you, mate.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your support, and awesome to have everyone back in town again.
There's the official results in Leonardo Fioravanti. Good numbers, really, in the context of what was available out there. J.Smith rallied, unable to really find that opportunity.